Yo, what's up guys, John Boogle here, and we're back for another Cyclone guide. This time we got Black Cyclone, probably the easiest Cyclone out of the beginner bunch. I guess you could say this level is a big joke along with all the other beginner Cyclones because, of course, the main strategy here is just spamming your crowd control units. And Black Cyclone, of course, has two traits, being a black unit and a floating unit, which means we have two ways to counter it, which makes it just very easy. Now, of course, coming from the previous Cyclone, we can't use our anti-reds in here, so we're gonna replace them with just our anti-black crowd control units. And if for some reason you have Bomber Cat and you haven't beat Black Cyclone, then you can use that. I mean, Cooldown Cat can work, but it's not reliable. Gunslinger is much more reliable here, or Cat Eastwood, the evolved form. But of course, if you don't have any anti-black crowd control units, don't stress, because you could just, of course, stack anti-floating crowd control units like Necro. And of course, the two main units that counter all the beginner Cyclones is True Form Mercat and True Form Bishop Cat, which is of course Sanzo Cat and Cameraman Cat. Ring Girl, a very OP unit for this stage. If you have it, of course, use it. This is, of course, Weightlifter Cat's evolved form, or Pizza Cat in true form. And Beginner Cat is also a very nice unit for this stage, because Black Cyclone does, of course, hit a lot weaker, and weakening the Cyclone even more just makes it to where Crazed Bahamut can take multiple hits from Black Cyclone, but it's pretty much the same thing as always. Just make sure you have 3 meat shields and 2 crowd control units. The rest is your attackers. Level 20 units works just fine here. Level 25 is the level of our cat in the stage, but level 20 works fine. Your proc units just could be level 1 or level 10, preferably to survive the hits from peons. Everything else is really not needed at a high level at all. Using your anti-black or anti-floating Ubers here is also a nice idea because they will or probably will survive multiple hits from the Black Cyclone, with, of course, having Magica Cat weakening the Cyclone as well. Just like the Red Cyclone, we do not need any power-ups for the stage because, of course, there's lots of ways to crowd control the Cyclone. The real issue in this level, I would say, is not the Cyclone, but the peons. If you don't have good enough attackers to handle the peons, it can become a bit of an issue. So if you don't have Paris Cat, or at least like a level 20 Dragon Cat for some reason, then you might struggle a bit in the stage. I mean, you could try Mother Cat at level 20, that might work out pretty well. But in the beginning here, if you are really struggling, I guess you could just start the push with Bahamut Cat. That way you won't have to struggle for cash. When the huge stack of enemies does come out, of course Bahamut will be able to wipe out all of them very quickly. And of course, using knockback units here does come with a detriment, of course, that being pushing into Nyandam's attack in the back there. But usually, the Cyclone does push up pretty hard, and it does get knocked back pretty hard as well. So there should be a balance, and you should be at the same spot most of the time with your main attackers and your crowd control units. Of course, here we are with Bahamut being able to take a hit from the Cyclone, not even weakened, so there's that. And Bahamut is level 20. But as you saw there, if you don't have Paris or any good anti-black attackers like Ring Girl or Pizza Cat or Weightlifter, Bahamut is fine enough on its own because, as you can see, it one-shots all of the peons. And as long as you support Bahamut with Magica Cat, Rodeo Cat, and your anti-floating units to crowd control the Cyclone, you should be perfectly fine. Just pairing him up with Dragon to just stack up and support him a bit on the DPS end is also very helpful, so you don't take too long in the stage. And the thing I see beginners having an issue with is trying to balance attackers and crowd control units, because sometimes if you have too many crowd control units stacked up and barely any attackers, sometimes the peons will just break through and start pushing very hard. So you want to make sure you do have your attackers up there supporting all of your crowd control units. Otherwise, the peons will just push hard. Stuff like the Black Gory, the Shadow Boxers will just come pushing very hard and destroy your whole stack. But yeah, it's pretty easy this stage, and the Nyandem in the back isn't really too much of a threat after you kill the Cyclone. You can just push hard, and once all of your cats die, just repeat over and over again till you, of course, kill the Nyandem. It's nothing too difficult at all. And of course, like all the Cyclone stages, there is a drop reward for beating this stage, a chance to drop a unit. That unit is, of course, Bronze Cat, a anti-metal crowd control unit, which is very helpful for the metal Cyclones. So yes, I do recommend beating this stage until you do get that drop cat, Bronze Cat, because anti-metal cats are hard to come by in the beginner phase of the game. But yeah, that's it guys. Drop a like if this guide helps you out, subscribe if you're new, join the hashtag Boogle gang. It's been John Boogle, and see ya!